What's going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Lonnie from FlightSim Gaming. Today we're doing a flight with Kenya Airways. It's a super long haul flight today. A block time of about 14 hours, so we'll see how that goes. But anyway, real world flight today, flown by Kenya Airways. We're going from New York to Nairobi. The 787-8 flies to a few different destinations across the world with Kenya Airways, JFK being one of them, and then I believe they do London, Paris, as well as Dubai. So we've opted for this flight. I didn't realize it was a 14-hour flight. I guess I should have maybe done my research beforehand, but I wanted to do another long haul. We're here at the Builds JFK. Performance right now is looking good. I've loaded into this aircraft a couple times already, and I noticed performance gets down to about 16 FPS at random. I don't know what that's all about. Apparently they did an upgrade or an update for the performance. So far so good. We'll see what happens when we get things going. But anyway, if you guys are enjoying the content, don't forget to smash down that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel if you have not. We're almost at 600 subs on the channel. My oh my, how time has flown by. But anyway, we're here at stand Alpha 5. Now, a bit of an error on my part. This aircraft deboards from Alpha 6, or deboarded last from Alpha 6. I cannot get GSX to work from Alpha 6, so it's literally on the opposite side of this terminal. We're here at Alpha 5, and let's come over to, we'll quickly come over to our charts here, and we'll have a look and see kind of what we're doing. So, wind information currently at JFK. The wind's calm, which is fantastic. It is cloudy. As you can see, we got some clouds there. Altimeter 290.87, 23 degrees temp here. This is where we are. Okay, we are going to be on the Kennedy 5 departure. Our first waypoint is going to be Merritt, which is up here. So we are going to depart runway heading, and then we're going to go ahead and make a left turn to Merritt, and then on out. We're going to climb heading 224, gateway climb. As you can see, there's instructions for a gateway climb. And then there's a climbing right turn to intercept JFK radial of 232. Top alt is 2,000, transition 18,000 here. In Nairobi, in about 14 hours time, we are expecting the ILS Zulu 6 approach in Nairobi. I already have it marked there. And we are on the arrival, the Lotus 3 Alpha arrival. So we're going to come down from up here. I believe Jeddah will be up here. We're going to hit Lotus onto the arrival there. We don't know what the winds are going to be like in 14 hours time. Right now the winds are 6060 at 9 knots. So see what happens. There's only one ILS there in Nairobi. But anyway, jump inside the aircraft. It's about 1 p.m. locally here in JFK. This flight departs around 1:30, 1:40 local time. So, I already got the aircraft turned on. Packs, I'm going to go ahead and get the packs on as well. Battery switched on. We have external power is on. APU can stay off. The FD door power is on. Emergency exit lights are armed, and we have our nav light on. So, got a lot to fill out down here. Let's get things rocking and rolling. Reference airport is KJFK, and PauseInit has already done its thing. Route KJFK, and we're going to Nairobi. Today's flight number is Kilo Quebec Alpha, my apologies, 003. Slam that in there, activate that, bam, come over to the departure here. We are going the JFK 5 for runway 22 right. We'll execute that. Come over to the route tab here. Let's plug in some information. So first waypoint is going to be direct Merritt. I kind of wish this aircraft had sim brief capabilities here. And then from direct Merritt, it's going to be Hotel Foxtrot Delta. And then we're going to go Papa Uniform Tango. Gonna be here. Gonna be here for quite a while. I think there's 9 pages of this. I'll get through it as fast as I can. If anybody knows how to import SimBrief into the MCDU, let me know down in the comments. Crossing over the ocean right now, 4740 north, and then we are going 4730 north, 4730 north to 4720 north, and then we are going 4615 north. From 4615 north, it's direct to Vegas, so we're coming over Spain. Lascaux, and then direct Bravo Lima Victor. And then Barcelona. I don't mean to be quiet here, ladies and gents. Just want to get this filled out as fast as I can. I think now we are coming up over Jeddah. Yep. And that concludes the waypoints there. We'll come over to the arrival tab here. Nairobi, the ILS Zulu 06, and we are going to be on the, I think it's the LOTA 3 Alpha. We'll double check that. LOTA 3 Alpha, no trans, execute that. Come over to the legs page here. We'll quickly have a look and make sure everything looks good. So Oceanic crossing, coming over top of Spain, Barcelona, coming across Italy, heading down to Jeddah, and then we are coming up on our arrival. So it's vectors to final, and that's it. Everything looks normal. Longest flight I've ever flown on this simulator. I have attempted long hauls in the past. Was never successful. Right now we're getting FPS. We just had an FPS bleep there. Was never really successful completing one. There's always a performance problem. I wouldn't agree that it was my computer. I would definitely agree it's a simulator problem. But I've tried a 10-hour flight before and crashed within 8 or 9 hours. All right, block fuel 82,213. So let's get that fuel up. 82,213. So 83,000 kilograms. Payload at 24,973. We can't do that. We are 100% max capacity. And we'll leave it like that. Reserves is always 2. We are going to be climbing up to flight level 350. Cost index is 160. Plug that in there. We'll execute. Thrust limiter. We're going to go 100%. Takeoff. Okay. This is what I don't know in terms of aircraft performance, what to put. I'm going to put flaps 15, and the reason for that is because we are super heavy. And I find that our V speeds are much higher with a flaps 5 departure with a heavy aircraft. So we are going to go flaps 15 for today's purposes. We'll trim out the aircraft. 162, auto brake can come on. So 5,000 feet on initial climb. We are heading 224. What did I say our weather information was? We have altimeter 2987. And that will sort of conclude, I guess, that information there. I see I'm not getting that. I was getting a bug with the air conditioning before. Not seeing that there. Plug that in there, and then transponder. So a lot of people have been asking me why I don't fly on VATSIM. I have flown on VATSIM. I have a lot of hours on VATSIM. I haven't started streaming yet, right? So if I stream, obviously everything will be live. I can focus on a time where I can go online. When I record these videos, for the most part, there are no controllers online because I do record primarily in the nighttime. Boarding has been complete, so fuel pumps can come on, beacon light coming on, APU will spool that bad brother up. But yeah, there's no controllers on when I'm usually on and recording, so you know, I just don't bother with it. But definitely once we start streaming, I'm going to be on the VATSIM network. I have, I think, about 200 hours on the network. It's not much, but you know, the simulator has been up for 3 years. I started VATSIM, I think, in 2021. Definitely a great tool when you're trying to, I guess, start out. The other thing too with VATSIM, it just tanks the FPS and performance. So for the recordings of these videos, I just haven't decided to go on it now. That doesn't mean that I won't. Like I said, once I start streaming, we'll get on the VATSIM network. It definitely changes the immersion of the experience, in my opinion. A couple things too I just want to note. I've noticed the last couple times I've flown on VATSIM, depending on where you're flying, primarily in the US. I don't have this issue in Europe. And by the way, I would say the best controllers are, I would say, in Europe. Germany for sure has some of the best and nicest and most patient controllers out there. But a lot of the, you know, when you're flying in the States and in Canada, I can hear the controllers getting frustrated with some of the pilots on the network, and I understand. You know, I understand when you come on the network that you need to, you know, be able to coordinate the aircraft, know how to fly the aircraft, and then deal with the controllers. But you know, it is a free It is a free add-on to the simulator. You know, don't forget that first and foremost, right? And not everybody is an expert at using FlightSim. So, but anyway, enough ranting about that. APU is on. Rest of the aircraft we will get on because we need to get on out of here. 14-hour flight coming right up over to GSX. We're going to go ahead and prepare for pushback. Performance so far looking good. Parts of the scenery, it's just a little choppy. Definitely, I would say better than the last time we were here. And just make sure live weather's on. You know, one thing I noticed with a lot of the indie builds airports is just the performance is just trash. So this is a boost up, definitely from before. But there are times where the performance will dip, in my opinion. LAX was a big one for me. I noticed, you know, taxiing on certain parts of the airport that the FPS would drop to about 10 FPS. Should be a fun flight. I hope the simulator can keep up. I have a high-end PC. I'm not worried about my computer overheating or anything like that. I'm just more concerned that the simulator performance will stay up. We'll see. Now, one thing I'll notice, or I'll show you guys, the elapsed time here. All my flights are recorded in one shot. There's no editing in between the flight. So what I mean is, I don't take off and then restart my simulator to land. I fly it straight through. You'll see this will be about 13 hours by the time we get back. And I'll say, locally right now, we're going to go nose left, tail right.
Locking gear.
It's 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. The simulator is about 1:30. I won't be back in the aircraft probably until about 10 o'clock at night, my time. So. And we're scheduled to arrive in Nairobi at 10 a.m. local. The scenery I have for Nairobi, by the way, is done by is published by Aerosoft. I believe the scenery is done by FSDG Light. Now, I just want to say,
Release parking brakes.
It's got 3 stars on SimMarket.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
I don't think they did it justice with a 3-star review. And there goes the performance as we taxi away from the gate. But anyway, yeah, it's definitely worth a little bit more than 3 stars, in my opinion. I don't know about price. I don't think the price is worth the €15. But it is nicely modeled. Not much scenery in Africa. It's a little disappointing. Hopefully we'll get some good scenery. A lot of nice places to visit out there. We're going to be doing a lot of flying to Africa. Something a little different than what a lot of streamers aren't doing. So I just, I have to take advantage of that, obviously. Now, one thing I always wish developers, when they create scenery, you see these subways and these trains moving and ground vehicles moving and things like that. We should be able to have an option to turn all that stuff off, especially interior modeling. Not everybody likes the interior modeling. It just reduces the actual scenery performance. I'm hoping some devs will hear that
Set parking brakes.
and allow us to turn these things off.
Good engine start. You can disconnect.
Good engine start. APU coming off. Taxi lights coming on. Logo light coming on. Everything else is looking good there. So... watch the flaps. Flaps 15 is set. Alright, we have everything else is sort of set. APU is cooling down. I'm not using the checklist. I guess we can go through it. We'll go LNAV and VNAV.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
Passenger signs, takeoff speeds, trims are set. Beacon is on. Anti-ice. Recall. No messages. Auto brake RTO. Flight controls check. Ground equipment clear. APUs clear. Passenger seatbelt lights. Let's get those bad boys on, shall we? Should have been on already. My apologies. Flaps are set. And after takeoff checklist is the only thing up. We'll double check the overhead panel here. I'm known to forget a lot of things. I am known to get a lot of to screw up a lot. So, all right. Looks like we are good to go. Have a look at our taxiway here. We're sitting here on Golf. We're gonna go Golf Alpha. And then we'll go Echo Alpha to Echo. And then we'll hold short. 2-2 right. And let's go. Winds are calm, so it should be a nice, smooth departure out of here. I'm hoping for an update with this aircraft. The flight model needs to sort of be reworked, you know. There's just... there's like no balance to the actual aircraft, you know. Even taxiing. A taxi's nice. I know a lot of people, they want to compare how it handles on the ground versus the A330 headwind mod. Flight mod there, but the aircraft feels like a Cessna when taxiing, and when you take off, there's definitely something wrong there. The aircraft just has no balance, and then landing this aircraft, you know, the rudders, I don't know what happens with the rudders, but it's like almost uncontrollable. Other than that, this aircraft is almost perfect. Got a poll up on my page there, trying to figure out where we are going to fly. It looks like we're going to fly in the Phoenix V2. I'm actually excited for that. I'm excited for that because it's been updated. The sounds are phenomenal. We just passed Alpha. We're actually going to go Bravo instead. Yeah, we'll make a left onto Bravo, not Alpha. The sounds are absolutely phenomenal in the aircraft, and a lot of streamers are complaining about how sensitive everything feels. I noticed in the simulator you have to increase or decrease your sensitivity with a lot of these aircrafts, right, to make it feel heavier. You cannot fly any aircraft in the simulator at a default sensitivity. You have to adjust that. It's almost mandatory. There's not one aircraft I've flown with a default sensitivity where it didn't feel like a Cessna 152. So, but the Phoenix looks absolutely fantastic. Definitely highest fidelity aircraft we have in the sim at the moment. Hopefully a lot of the other devs can learn from the Phoenix devs over there. Can't wait for their A321 to come out. Probably not going to purchase. I think the other aircraft was an A319. I'm probably not going to grab that one. But A321, definitely grabbing that one. Okay, we're on Bravo. We're going to take Bravo to Echo, which is up here, and then onto the runway. I had another viewer tell me to purchase sound pack for this. I haven't done it for this video. Definitely something I'm gonna look into getting because the sounds are absolutely phenomenal. Definitely gonna look at getting some sounds. The Phoenix V2 sounds are absolutely fantastic. Okay, we got all our lights on. Let's get center here on the runway and off we go. So we're going to fly runway heading. And then we're going to go ahead and make a left turn, first waypoint Merritt. Where your throttles up. %. Toga. A little bit of nose down pressure. $80 knots, check. V1 and rotate. Positive rate of climb. Gear going up. And I'm going to go ahead and throw autopilot on. Have a look at some wing views here. Beautiful departure out of JFK. You got New York here in the background. Aircraft is starting to slow down. So I'm actually going to go heading mode and we'll rotate the aircraft. Go ahead, flaps 5. Flaps 1. LNAV set. And we're going to go ahead. Flaps up. Nice, beautiful departure here. I think we're going to cap out at 5,000 feet. So what we're actually going to do is we're going to head up. 35,000 feet is where we are going. Beautiful departure out of JFK, as you can see the airport over there. Manhattan skyline out to the left side of the wing there. Got a 13.5, 14-hour flight ahead of us, ladies and gents. It's going to be quite the long one. Beautiful. See where we're at here. Coming up on 9,000 feet. We're still at speed 250. Everything is looking good. Let's go ahead and sync our heading. Trans still 18,000 feet. That looking good. Beautiful. $10,000 feet. Lights are coming off. Seatbelt signs going over to auto. Aircraft is going to pitch down and it's going to climb at a greater speed. Up on 10,000 feet. Coming up into the clouds now. Looks like we've got some weather activity over here. And we start climbing again. Beautiful. Alright, ladies and gents, we're going to fly the aircraft. We're only 5 minutes into the flight. We got a long, long way to go. I'll be here monitoring the aircraft. We're going to be flying over top of different parts of the world here. Let me give you guys a nice wing view here. We're going to be flying over top of Newfoundland. Going to go fly across the ocean. And then we're going to come over top of Spain, parts of Italy, parts of Egypt. And then we're going to hit Jeddah and start heading south into Kenya. So it should be fun. We'll see how it goes. I'm hoping the simulator will behave itself, because I haven't done a long haul in a long time. I used to get a lot of performance degradation on long hauls, so we'll see. Anyway, catch y'all in a little bit, ladies and gents. Peace! What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the video. We are currently, finally on the descent into Nairobi, expecting the ILS 06 approach. Now we got a block time of 13 hours and 42 minutes so far. It's been a long flight. The simulator has been super stable, so no complaints there. We're just passing 21,000 feet, and we are on the Lotus 3 RNAV approach. Transalta is 10,000. And we're heading to Tibet right now. We are on the, not the ILS Whiskey, with ILS runway 06 approach via Jomo 2 Alpha. We're going to capture the ILS, or the glide slope, at 7,100 feet, and we'll descend into Nairobi. We do have a gate. We are expecting gate 19, I believe. Let me just quickly double check that. Yes, gate 19 we are expecting. That's where the real world aircraft deboarded from. VNAV is working flawlessly here. The aircraft does not want to slow down, so let's get her slowed down here. And weather information. Weather information is as followed here. So we have the winds are 070 at 4 knots. Visibility is beautiful. Scatter clouds at 1,500 feet. It's 13 degrees right now, and altimeter 1023. So gate 19, that's where we're going to deboard from. We are on the Lotus 3 Alpha RNAV approach, and we are to be on the ILS 06 via Jomo 2 Alpha approach. Starting to turn there now. We're descending at about 2,800 feet. Now I feel like on this approach, the aircraft, the VNAV kicked in a little late. That's what I feel. Started rapidly descending at about 4,300 feet per minute. The scenery is done by FSDG Light. Aerosoft is the publisher. It's actually a pretty good scenery. I don't like the night lighting, how it looks in the night, but overall it is a really nicely done airport. And I just realized FSDG has done a lot of African scenery, so I'm definitely going to check out a lot of sceneries there. with them, and we're going to continue to fly in Africa. That's the plan. Speed brake randomly retracted by itself, so we're going to go ahead and pull them out, pull them back out. But yeah, it's been a long day of flying. Just sitting here, just making sure the simulator doesn't crash. It's been stable. No complaints there with performance. No complaints at all. So, we do have a restraint here. We got to be above 10,000 feet. And that's really about it. A couple altitude restraints. There are no speed restraints on this approach, so we'll have to fly this accordingly. Gonna wind the speed back down. We're gonna go down to 250. Go over to the init page here. I've already filled out our approach information here. We are going to be expecting, we're doing the flaps 30 landing. That's pretty well standard for the approach. A couple people have mentioned do a flaps 25 landing with this aircraft. That makes it less floaty. I don't know if the aircraft regularly uses flaps 25 on approach, so we're going to stick with the flaps 30 for now. Haven't flown out here yet in the simulator, but the scenery is absolutely beautiful. Let's watch and see what the aircraft is doing. So again, 10,000 feet is our transalt. I'll make sure that I got the barrel there, 5530. That is the barrel, and altimeter is going to be 1023. Still not quite there. Airport is over here. Glide slope coming in, 7,100 feet. Is going to be set to capture. All brake set to 2 as well. $10,000 feet coming up. Go ahead and turn on our nose lights. Sorry, our landing lights. Passenger seatbelt lights are on. $15 miles out. Get the aircraft back down to 210. $10.23 on the altimeter. Speed brakes out. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hit the approach button. $11 miles out. Go ahead. Flaps 1 and speed check. 190 on the speed. Glide slope localizer has been captured. Missed approach altitude is going to be 9,000, so we'll make sure we get 9,000 set. And then we'll turn the rest of our lights on here. We'll get the aircraft slowed back down. We'll go ahead, flaps 5. Speed check. 7 miles out. Looking good. Final approach speed is going to be 132. So we're going to go ahead, gear down. Flaps 15. Flaps 20 and flaps 30. Everything's all set. Okay, we got gear down, 3 green. Flaps are set. We have our speed brakes armed. All of our signs are on. Continue this approach down into beautiful Nairobi. Looks like we're a little off course there on the approach. Just 1,000 feet, I'm going to take the aircraft. Actually, I could just take the aircraft now. So, my throttles. And my aircraft. 1,000 check. I thought I could clear the warning sign with my button here, but no, I can't. Two whites, 2 reds. We are looking stable. Showing 4 whites.
Approaching minimums.
Continue. Reversers out, nose down gently. Little awkward landing there. Reversers are out. 70 knots, check. Ladies and gents, welcome down to Nairobi. And we missed our exit there. We're actually going to come off here on Echo. Go ahead, clean up the flaps. Come up top here. Start up the APU. Landing lights can come off. Runway lights coming off. And we want gate 19. Let's see if GSX will work here. There is no 19, so we're going to go gate 18. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Alright, we're on golf now. We're going to take golf. pretty much all the way across the terminal here. Yeah, definitely a beautiful flight there. It was a little off-center there on the approach. Probably a scenery problem. You know, it's published by Aerosoft, so I don't think this scenery has seen an update in God knows how long. It's typical Aerosoft stuff, but good landing. I'll take it. The aircraft does weird things with the rudder on the approach. You know, I can't avoid that, so I try to make it as clean as I can. That's really about it. Got some static aircraft over there. Again, this scenery done by FSDG Light. They have a lot of African scenery that you can purchase on Sim Market. Definitely, I would say textures look okay. No real complaints there. The night lighting is atrocious in my personal opinion. But based off of how the terminal looks and things like that, I'm probably going to purchase some of their other African scenery and we'll do some flights out here in Africa. But a beautiful day here in Kenya in the Kuro 787-8. Block time has gone away. I think it was 13 hours and 50 minutes or something like that. Coming up on, it looks like Mike, we're gonna go, looks like we're gonna go to Juliet. So not this one, it's gonna go Mike, Hotel, and then Juliet on our left side. And we're gonna look for gate 18. We cannot go gate 19, it's not available for whatever reason. A lot of static aircraft here at this airport. Again, something I wish devs would just, you know, give us the option to get rid of them. This airport's full of static aircraft. It's crazy full. So it looks like, according to our poll, I was doing a poll on the community tab there. We're going to be in the Phoenix V2 A320. I'm excited for that. Looks like South America is the front runner for where we fly. I think we're going to fly in South America. That seems ideal. We haven't posted any South American content on this channel yet, so I think we'll do that. This is Juliet here. And then we'll go ahead, we're going to make a left. Again, a lot of static aircraft here. We'll make it right here. We're looking for stand 18. Should be on our right side. But yes, very surprised the simulator actually held up in terms of its performance. So I can honestly say long hauls are back. You're able to do them now in the simulator. Some people may or may not have had that problem. I know I did I couldn't do a flight longer than about 9 hours before my performance would degrade. So we went a strong 14 hours, computer running. Everything's looking well, temps looked good, everything looked good, so. Looking for gate 18. It's up and around up here. I'll have a look at the terminal in a second here. But not a super bad looking terminal, you know. Gate 17 and then gate 18 coming up. Taxi lights are off and gate 18 is right there. I don't see a marshaller there. I believe this is where we're going. This is the gate that we wanted to go to. No marshaller here. That's fine. Go ahead, stop there. Parking brake is on. And APU is on, so we'll go ahead and shut down our engines. Fuel pumps are coming off. Keep the packs on for now. Anti-ice coming off. Seatbelts coming off. Hydraulics coming off. And that's about it. So let's come up here. Curious to see where we are. I guess this is gate 18.
The boarding requested.
Just no GSX here. I don't know if that's a problem with the simulator or a problem with GSX on this long haul flight. But yes, China Southern, I believe, does fly here, for those wondering. I think all these airlines fly here. But anyway, beautiful flight. Beautiful long haul. Just another place you can fly here in the simulator. I do approve of this scenery. The scenery is not the sharpest looking scenery, but all in all, it's not bad. So what I'll do is let's do something here. It's basically what the scenery looks like. I know it's not. Textures are okay. You know, this is what this airport looks like in real life. Again, it's not bad. You know, maybe not worth 14 euro. It's probably like a $10 airport, I would say. But yeah, just a lot of places not really developed in the simulator at the moment in Africa. It's a little disappointing. Maybe they need to do another world update or something. I don't know, but not a bad airport in my opinion. But anyway, ladies and gents, it's been a pleasure. Go ahead and end the video here. We'll catch y'all in the next flight. Looks like we're going Phoenix V2 and North America, South America. We'll see. Catch y'all in the next video, ladies and gents. Have a wonderful week. Peace.